Hey there, Seahawks, it's Miss Adams, and in this video we're going to take a look at relationships between two quantitative variables. Alright, so the pattern of growth varies from child to child, so we can best understand the general pattern by following the average height of a number of children. The following table presents the mean height of 161 children in Land O'Lakes, Florida, aging 18 to 29 months. We want to know how children grow, so how tall a child is on average if we know their age. So in other words, we hope to see a relationship between the age and their height, and possibly develop a model to predict the height of a child based on its age. Alright, so our response, or our dependent variable, is our y variable. Alright, so in this case, their height is going to depend on their age. Okay, so my dependent variable is their height, and it's measured in centimeters. And then our explanatory variable, what we're plugging in, which is our independent variable, is age in months. All right, so we are going to create a scatter plot to match this same data. So we have age and then height. So if they are 18 months old, their height is 76.1 centimeters. So I'm going to go to 18, 76.1, put a dot there. Now be careful because this number line is counting by 2, so then I'm at 1977, put a dot there, 20, 78.1, and so on. So I'm going to keep putting my dots where they go, each increase, until I get all of my dots plotted on my scatter plot. Okay, so now this looks great, but we are missing, we need to label our axes. So our x-axis is age in months, and our y-axis is height in centimeters. All right, so there's our scatter plot, and you can see that there is a positive trend. So as they get older, they are getting taller. Now keep in mind that this model is for ages 18 months to 29 months. And so then we might kind of see where it kind of falls off and people kind of stay at a certain height after a certain amount of time. Okay, so we would expect most adults, like once you've reached a certain age, you're not really growing anymore. The older you get, it's not going to increase. You might even see a decrease after a certain age. But this trend is only for that range of data that we have collected for, so from 18 to 29 months. All right, so interpret the scatter plot. When you're asked to interpret the scatter plot, you want to comment on things like the overall pattern, the form. Were there clusters? Was it a line? Was it a curve? Was it linear? Things like that. You want to talk about the direction. Was it positive or negative? The strength, was it weak? Was it moderate? Was it strong? We're going to talk more about that in the next video. But basically, how tightly together were those dots? Okay, if they were really close together and it looked like it was almost a perfect line, then it's really strong. And if they're really scattered about, then it's really weak. And then deviations from the overall patterns. Did you have any outliers or points that just didn't really fit with anything else? You would comment on those. Okay, so what do you see? So pause and kind of think about, what do you see from that scatter plot? All right, and here's what I commented. I said, there appears to be a pretty strong, positive, roughly linear relationship between age and height of children 18 to 29 months old. Okay, now I made sure to keep that piece in there, 18 to 29 months old, because I don't know if this pattern or this trend would continue beyond that age group. All right, go Seahawks.